The 1975 on BBC Radio 1. Before that, a little bit of Lily Allen. And before that, some Martin Garrix as well. Zane Lowe, is he still on? Is he still coming in?
Yeah.
Who knows?
At some stage.
At some stage,
Imminently.
Zane Lowe.
I've just texted him.
Usually, I've not had my morning Zane Lowe text when we play a pop song and he says things like, tune.
Yeah. He's around somewhere, I'm sure.
He's around somewhere. And he'll be on the way in because we're going to talk about the sound of 2014. And we need a music man like Zane Lowe to be there and talk us through the sound of 2014. Yeah! Oh, he's here!
It's as though he heard.
Yes, Zane Lowe. He's here. He's got that damn good coat on and everything.
Sorry I'm late. No sweatpants though, bro.
Don't worry. What? Right, cancel it. Ian, you're on about 2014. Who should be excited about?
Everyone. Everyone's
Cool,
good.
thank you.
Little
Everybody.
Mix.
Hi, Zane. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry about that. My phone is out of juice.
Yes.
Car was slightly late.
Yes.
But he made up for it because he was a G behind the wheel.
Oh, really? You got here quick?
And I'm only 8 minutes.
That's okay. Don't worry. Well, to be fair, we played 7 minutes of music, so
I know.
you're a minute late.
The funny thing was that I was listening, obviously, and it got to the end of Martin Garrix. I was like, oh, he's definitely going to mention something, and I'm a good 5 minutes away. And I've never been so happy to hear the 1975 in my life.
You were like, yes, Lily Allen, John Lewis, Christmas song.
Exactly.
Good time to hear that. Are you good, though? You had a good weekend?
Yeah, man, it was cool. Really
What
good.
happened?
Everything's good. Bit of DJ, bit of family time, bit of hanging. It's been good.
That's the perfect weekend.
Perfect weekend.
I lost my voice this weekend. It's just coming back now.
You lost your voice on Thursday, didn't you? According to Howard from Disclosure, who I saw on Friday.
Oh, really? Oh, I did. I lost my voice, my mind.
He said you guys had a good time.
Absolutely everything. They're on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's quite fun, that,
They're in
isn't it?
good
They're going to
form.
be in tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We're going to talk about the sound of 2014, Zane Lowe.
Have you seen the list?
I have seen the list. I was going to say,
How
have
good
the
is that list?
I don't have the list here, but yeah, I've seen
The list is amazing.
It's a strong list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does everyone know about the list? Can we talk about the list?
The list is up, obviously.
Yeah, the list is up on
list
there.
is
Yeah, okay, good. Because I never knew when we could talk about it.
You
or
never
what we
know.
could
Well,
do.
the worst is when you have to talk to people on the list in the days leading up to the list being announced, and you can't actually mention the list.
Yeah.
But they know they're on the list. And you know that they know that they're on the list.
And
they don't know that you know that they are on the list, though.
Oh, they don't know that
So
you know.
that is a whole other level of awkward.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if they knew that you knew that they were on the list, then that's going to get weird.
Apologies to Sam Smith for not being totally excited that he was on the list, even though I knew he was on the list.
You knew he was on the list. Yeah. I saw him on Thursday at the Disclosure gig. He didn't tell me he was on the list.
And now you understand what I'm talking about. But he knew that you possibly knew that he was on the list.
Yeah. Well, I regret what I was saying to him on
technically
Thursday
smug,
night.
by the way. Technically smug.
I regret what I was saying to Sam Smith on Thursday, which was, look, Sam, you've had a good run, but it's over now. And
done.
It's not going to cross over to 2014.
And then you woke up and you saw the list.
And he's on the list. What a fool I look now.
You're on a different list.
Yeah. But it's a strong list. It's kind of everything that you play on the night time and everything that we nick off you and play in the mornings.
What's it exciting about it to me? Are we talking about the list now?
Yeah, let's talk about the list. Yeah,
Matt
let's-
Fincham,
yeah.
should we go in on the list?
Yeah.
Is
By the
everyone
way-
ready? All right, let's break down what this is. Since 2003, the BBC have been putting together a end of year list of the most exciting artists to look forward to in the year ahead. Because I think everyone started to realize that it's becoming more difficult for people to define their musical interests in a world of the internet where there's so much music to get into. So it gives you a really good, strong filter, a great playlist to start the year off with. And the first number one, can anyone tell me who the first number one on the BBC Sound was?
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
In 2003.
Wow.
That's right. Other artists who have featured throughout the years, not necessarily at number one, include, Franz Ferdinand, Frank Ocean, Adele was number one at one point, and this year I should say, it was Haim.
Yes.
Was number one, along with artists like Angel Hayes, Churches, who are all in the final five. So we put together a long list, and then we break it down to five. You'll be announcing the five in the new year, and that's it. So we have the starting point. This is it. The list is incredibly strong.
Who really stands out on that list for you? Who do you really love?
Sam Smith, Sampha, I think are both amazing. MNEK, I think that at the moment, male vocalists and female vocalists of that new generation are incredibly strong right now. The cross between, pop music and kind of credible music, whatever style they're making, is sort of perfectly blended now. There isn't like, oh, you're a pop star and you get played in the nighttime. You could happily play any of these artists on the list, and so could I.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting
great,
about it to me.
That really is. I love it when that happens.
Yeah.
I think that's great. This list is made up from people like tastemakers, like DJs and musicians.
170 of them, apparently.
And they all sort of suggest who they think should be the sound of 2014. How many of those people on there did Zane Lowe put forward.
Well, you only get to nominate 3.
Yes.
So you only get to put your favorite 3 forward. So you're asking how many of mine are on there? 2.
2. That's quite good.
I actually think that's kind of good. I'm not going to say who they are, but I think that's kind of good because that means that either I've got one completely wrong or I'm like 2 years ahead.
Yeah,
of
you're
the
like
list.
2015.
I'm so ahead of the list, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And only time will tell, and I like letting time tell.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Because,
Yeah.
time knows everything,
Yeah.
right?
This really stressed me out when they asked me to do it. Kieran, who worked for the BBC, was trying to put this list together, and he's like, please send me who you think should be in the sound of 2014. And I just ignored him for so long because it's tough to pick 3, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I bet you I can beat you in terms of how late you left it.
I left it pretty late.
Really?
I went in on, I think the deadline was Friday.
Yeah. And what
Or
time?
Thursday.
When it was Friday. And what time did you send yours in?
Sunday.
You broke the deadline?
I broke the deadline. Yeah.
Dude!
Yeah.
Yours don't qualify. This throws the whole list into the air. Pull the list down off the... it's done. Start again.
Well,
that's actually impressive.
They might not have included it.
Maybe.
They probably didn't include it.
Just to make you feel better.
Yeah, they were just like... Oh,
you are Nick Grimshaw from the Radio 1 Breakfast Show.
I suppose we should ask him.
As soon as you took this job, of course, all rules that apply to mere mortals no longer apply to you. But I did send mine in on Friday, and it was like an hour to spare. And I thought that was pretty gangster. But it turns out that, no, Sunday is the new gangster.
Sunday night. Only because I went to Annie Mac's house for my tea for oven chips and a chicken Kiev, and she was like,
you always mention what you have at Annie Mac's, like it's incredible.
Well,
Go around to Annie Mac's for risotto and like steamed veg.
She's never done risotto, by the way. And I went round and she was like, have you done the sound of thing? And I was like, oh, I need to do that now. So that's why it was late.
Oh, so you emailed him, but Karen didn't reach out to you on Sunday and go, next, we're going to extend the deadline for you.
Do you know what he did do, which I thought was very modern? He WhatsApped me. To be like, hey, who do you think about 2014 thing? I thought it'd be so official. So I just sent him a little WhatsApp thing back.
I love that. Are you going to play me? Are we going to play some?
Yeah, we're going to play some Banks.
Why don't we play some Banks, who's one of the 15 artists?
Yeah.
And then we can go in about the artists.
Okay, let's do that. We've actually played this before on Breakfast. It's great, this. I wanted to come and see her this week.
She was great, man. I got a chance to tour with her for a few days. Well, she's brilliant.
She's real good. This is what it feels like from Banks on BBC Radio 1 this morning. Sound of Banks on Radio 1. You're going to hear a lot more of her because she is on the long list.
She's on the list.
Sound of 2014. She's on the list. That is what it feels like. I love that record. She's great, her.
Yeah, she's wicked. From Los Angeles, singer-songwriter, musician, works with has great taste and producers, a lot of which are British, actually. She's done quite a lot of work with Little Silver and Teed, who I know you're buddies with. So she's one of the 15 artists on the list. And I mean, if you look at it across the board, it breaks down really nicely. I'll just go across it alphabetically, and we'll do it next show. We just rattle through it.
Yeah, let's
as
do
well
it.
as Banks, you get Chicago rapper Chance the Rapper, who's been on everyone's, their own personal list for a while now. I'd say he was definitely one of the artists that everyone's been looking forward to an album from in 2014. He's sort of, if you think about MCs, he's a cross between, a sort of underground rapper, but he also has a little bit of kind of Frank Ocean vibe to him as well.
Yeah,
he's good.
I like that guy.
Then you got Chloe Howell. Do you like Chloe Howell?
I do like Chloe Howell. Where did I hear Chloe Howell? Dev's show. She was on Dev's show the other weekend. Dev. yeah. She was a guest the other week,
Yeah, he's been supporting for a while. I mean, her name's been around for most of the year, just building steadily and getting support. And so obviously a lot of people who put the names in, their 3 names into the hat, they're obviously big fans of Chloe Howell. So I think she's sort of primed to be a big pop artist. Speaking of which, Ella Eyre, who you guys must know about. Do I say her name correct?
Yeah, you do say it.
Do you know about this?
You do say it a little bit weird.
I don't say... Do you know,
Ella Eyre.
No, Ella. People keep wanting me to go Ella. Because when I say Ella, they go, it's not Ella, it's Ella. Kiwis abroad. Ella Eyre is like Ella Fitzgerald, but with air on the end. She's, that's what they told me. That's what they said. Do it like Ella Fitzgerald, but with air on the end. She's an
Who told you that?
I don't know, management or something. So she's an amazing vocalist. She's also one of the most talented songwriters in the world, I think, at the moment. I mean, her top line writing for herself and with others, with Rudimental and with Naughty Boy and everything else is just brilliant. So she's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's one to watch.
We're on her. We know her.
You've been on a lot of these, though, because some of these actually began around the same time you were doing the nighttime shows.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So definitely did, yeah.
So in a way, you could almost look at this as the first Grimshaw Breakfast Show sound list. Couldn't you? In a way.
You could do.
Matt Fincham's loving that, isn't he? Huh? He's imagining the T-shirt right now. Moving on, FKA Twigs.
I love her.
Yep.
I always hear Lauren Laverne always plays her when I listen to it in a separate time to the Fern Coxon program. Because I listen to Fern, and then
It's cool.
after...
You're cool.
Yeah.
George Ezra as a singer-songwriter is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Kind of a very modern take on sort of folky bluesy, but he's just a character and he's cool and his words are great, and that's what's great about him.
That was one of those records when I was in the car and listening to your show, and I had to write down what it was.
You
Yeah.
might have even actually done a text tweet combo.
I think I might have. Yeah.
You might have hit me on both sides.
Yeah. That's when you know I'm serious about a record, if I text you and tweet you.
You tag me.
Yeah.
Right, Jungle. Electronic
know
music. Jungle is like very soulful, kind of electronic music, song based. I don't know a huge amount. I've only heard a couple of tracks as well, but they're brilliant. One track called Platoon, I think, kind of had a bit of a breakthrough and quite a viral video moment as well last year. So Jungle, that's part of the reason why this list exists, is so that we all learn about everything. So then you got Kalala, who we've been playing on our show for a little while now. Big supporter. Mr. Jam is a big supporter. Benji B actually is a huge supporter of Kalala. So shout out to Benji B here at Radio 101 Extra. He's incredible. Then you got Luke Satal Singh, who I know is, as the singer-songwriters go, has got got a lot of interest and a lot of people excited here in the building. And he's sort of one of what I would say kind of three of these singer-songwriters who have made it onto the list: George Ezra, Luke Satal Singh, and just to jump ahead as well, you get Nick Mulvey.
Yes.
Who's had a couple of playlist records on Radio 1 and actually was in the Portico
Quintet.
Yes, who were nominated for the Mercury Music Prize.
Yeah, they were. We played them at the night in the night.
It's one of the tets, but
yeah. Quartet.
It's a quartet. Portico Quartet. Yeah. I thought you'd know that, Matt Finch, being a big jazz fan. So there you go. Then you've got MNEK, who we talked about before, who kind of you could put alongside Sam Smith as just this new breed of brilliant singer-songwriter. Then we get some rock and roll. Now, I don't mean to sound a little bit belligerent, but rock and roll's been lacking on the list last couple of years. So a band like Royal Blood, I'd be quite keen if they kicked in everyone's door at 6 o'clock in the morning and woke them up with a rude awakening.
We played that last week, and I was like, do you know, it's rare that I really love a rock record.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. I think I was just brought up on house music and hip-hop, so I don't know. It's sort of rock was never played in my house as a kid, but I love that record. We played it last week. We played it on Thursday, didn't
They're
we?
good, man. They're waving the flag.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the only ones. There are bands like Lonely the Brave and Circa Waves and other fantastic rock bands out there, but it seems like Royal Blood are the other pick. So there you go. Then we've got Sam Smith, who everybody knows, who's been brilliant, done incredible work, it's certainly in the building, not outside the building yet in his own right. But, you'll know him from working with Disclosure and also with Naughty Boy. But everyone in the building, that we all love Sam. I'd be amazed if anyone didn't think about voting for Sam. Then you got Sampha and Say Lulu rounding it out. Sampha, who's worked with Drake and Jessie Ware, has this track Too Much, which was sampled by Drake recently. And then you've got Say Lulu, who are Australian twins.
I don't know those
electronic pop music. Kind of like a more credible, more electronic kind of Icona pop vibe, but deeper.
Yeah, deeper Icona Pop.
If it's possible to get deeper
I don't know.
than Icona Pop.
I mean, they were quite deep
I'm not
at the
sure.
Teen Awards.
I saw them at the Teen Awards and I was like, wow, what a production.
That is deep, yeah. Straight out the Addison Lee on stage.
Seriously, straight out the Addison Lee.
Put your top shop leggings on quick, we're on.
Press play!
Come on, Icona.
Press play!
Come on. Get the Addison Lee to wait.
Press play. Which one? I don't know. There's only two of them.
Am I O'Connor or am I Pop?
Which song? the other one. Do the hit second. Do the other one first.
It was amazing. Go check it out online.
I missed that laugh, by the way. I love that laugh. The Matt Fincham laugh.
Jimmy Carr over there?
The first time he ever did that when he was working on my show, Making Tea. Have I told you that he got his break on my show, Making Tea? I mentioned that on the show. The first time that I ever heard that laugh, I thought I had to call the paramedics or something. I thought he was having a heart attack.
Zane, thank you for coming in.
It's a pleasure.
Lovely to see you. I imagine we'll hear all that music tonight on your show from 7 p.m.
Exactly, Nick. You're onto it. You may say you're feeling rough today, but I'm telling you, your brain is sharp.
It's waking up now.
Sharp.
Now that it's almost
Just
game
in time.
over. Yeah. Almost home time. I'm awake now. It's going to be a wicked last half hour.
Check the list out online, by the way. And also check out the BBC Playlister, which has put together a playlist of all of the music from these artists, so it's there for you to listen to and get familiar with. So 2014, you can be onto it. Stay